G back on the screen. We have a information news video here for you guys today. Drop a like. I'm about to start flooding y'all with a lot of videos, a lot of content, details on the game, my thoughts, my own personal opinions. We giving y'all one here today. Alright, so Koza said, please don't nerf or buff anything. The game is playing amazing right now. Hashtag pro play is going great. It's actually a very competitive game now. Right? Koza said that, and Mike Wayne said this. There are no plans to buff or nerf anything when it comes to on-court gameplay for at least a couple of months. Now, I'm going to be dropping a very special video because a lot of people right now, what you're going to be seeing in the comment section below is complaints about steals. Now, I've played competitive players already because I just go do that just to make myself train. Everybody's not the same. Some players, because I'll see the guys, go play in the competitive scene or come do this or that, and it's not always that case to say. There's always going to be a new form meta. If you're not adapting to the new form meta in some way, shape, or form, or creating counters, then you're not using your brain, and the other people are going to be using their brains to just use whatever fast meta is. But there's always a counter to everything. There's always counters. That's what people don't realize. Do you want to choose to adapt to these counters? Because it's like you got to force yourself. It's just like if you had a job you was at, right, and you loved your job, and it was like, yes. It's like how people feel about certain 2Ks. They want to go back to a certain 2K. They like, oh yeah, I love, and you can't go back to that old job, right? You can't go back to the old job. You're forced to go to a new job. That's how 2K does things each year. That's how they do things. You don't know what their ideas is. Now that Mike Wayne has said these words out his mouth, right? Oh, I can't wait to drop this next video for y'all. Make sure y'all tap in. Please make sure y'all tap in. You don't know what is in Mike Wayne's mind right now. Remember, they're the developers. Okay, I used to always come at them and I'll be like, but I'm going to be more logical and be more just on point. I always come at them like, okay, the devs don't play the game. They don't do this and that. But maybe they play the game. They don't care to play the game in a certain way that the community plays it. So I always have to keep my mind in that balanced space, so I'm not just using my thoughts on like, okay, yeah, and thinking how I want it to be. They probably play it a certain way. All the devs are sim devs. They're all sim devs. So that can already give me the idea to say, okay, maybe they're leaving steals very powerful like this because they want more players to have assisting teammates. Players to have this brick wall, you set a screen here, okay, I'm gonna dribble right here, I'm gonna dribble away, use certain dribble moves to stay away from him. That's how I'm going to dribble, rather than how dribblers dribble this year and they want to do combos in players' faces. Let's see if I can find a clip for you guys. I see a lot of people saying, hey, they need to hold the L2. Do y'all understand? Like, yo, people are not wanting to hold the L2. Like, I see a lot of people saying, hey, maybe you need to hold the L2. People do not want to hold the L2, fellas. Here we go. This is somebody saying steals are crazy in NBA 2K24. Boom. Now, right here, if we slow this down, right? And 2K is saying, listen, hear me out. So we can just have the dialogue conversation in the comment section. If 2K, in their mind, is saying, okay, the guard has the ball exposed right here. Like, think of it as IRL. We're thinking of it in the comp players, and most players who play are thinking of it in a 2K way. Like, just saying, this is a video game. They should have certain caps and limits and boundaries to where they can't do certain things, and it should be on a fair playing field. That's how they're kind of thinking when this happens to them. But if the devs are in their mind like, hey, we took steps to make our game more realism, when he puts the ball down and you look at his positioning right now on the screen, the ball is exposed. Now, just like how you guys are saying it's a video game, there's certain things that in the video game it's not realistic, meaning players greening every shot. They can say Steph Curry makes these shots, but when it's two elite players playing against each other, the shots kind of tone down and it balances out and it kind of like levels out and it simmers down to where it's like, okay, hold on. We got this player here that's a good defender. And when you see there's some games Steph Curry don't make 4 threes. He makes 2. He makes 3. So people are not factoring that in. Then people will say, okay, when he's outside at the park. But then it's like, has 2K really make their game based off of outside park game. Like, you know what I mean? It's like they have the courts there, but it's so many details when you get to that factor. But let's keep it into the realistic portion of the game, right? We see this. We see he gets the steal right there. That's like, I'm going to say from a natural being a park player, because I play the park, I play that type of, I'm in that realm. From being that type of natural player, it's like, from being that type of natural player, it's like I understand how park players will be frustrated that he just ripped them that quick. But would he not just turn the ball this way and then start dribbling to that way? He's dribbling to where the ball's exposed to the lock. Right here again, a lot of dribblers are so used to like stopping and comboing up in players' faces. They don't realize, like, in real life basketball, you don't do this. You get up the court. If you got the speed, try to get past him more with left stick moves. Once you know he's in bad positionings from looking at your player and his player, then start to do combos. I do combos against good lockdowns. Whether they want to say it's a comp or not, it's a lockdown that got the same high steal. He's trying to press quick off the rip and utilize that 91 steal because he knows it's OP. Everybody's doing it right now, and I've been playing against players that do it. There's times I know that, oh yeah, they're going to get it right here, so I'll pass. There's times that I know that they're not in the certain windows. There is windows when you're dribbling as well, so with steals and everything. The window is just more up. Look, this is not good. He was about to do combo moves. When you know animations, and let's say you know animations, these clips are terrible to say steals are bad. There's some lockdowns that's getting cooked. That's getting cooked. But you're gonna have some that's elite. Like, I'm one that's crazy too. You're gonna have problems with me. But look, right here. Look at this. He was about to do he did a momentum cross into the lockdown. And then tried to pass real quick. So think about you doing those same exact controls on your controller before you. That was deserved as well too. You see what I'm saying? These clips are horrible. My next video is gonna really explain a way how you can protect yourself from lockdowns. Trust me, watch. He deserved to get plucked right there. Right here, this is why I can understand so much frustration. But it's like, still, yo, he's dribbling stupid. It's like, yo, he has not LT'd once, like, and try to back up and just let the lock reach a few times to waste his reaches and then start dribbling. Like, nobody's playing in this type of counter chess mind state game. And then when I'm looking at his badges popped up, there's badges that I'm going to get into my next video that I'm telling you players are not paying attention to when they're trying to make their guard builds. They're so stuck on certain things, right? Now look. Pluck. Right here, he just slaps it out his hand. It's really in his face. Like, everything looks on point. Like, when you slow it down, you can't say it don't look on point. People are just going to say the radius and the consistency of how he keeps getting it. But what makes him feel like he should be protected if he's not doing any moves to protect himself? You know what I'm saying? He just wants that old 2K way. Don't y'all know how players just run into you and still be able to dribble a little bit, do a few moves? That's how they felt Unpluckable worked, and they never had that badge properly right. Like, oh man, it's just a whole, it's not a rabbit hole with that, but trust me, I understand where 2K is coming in with their problems at. You can't remove either or because one side is OD. So we gonna show in my next video. I got y'all. Yo, see right there, I think he just let him rip him though right there. I think sometimes once these guards get ripped a little bit, they stop trying and it's like, yo, all right, let's see. Yo, these are deserving. I'm sorry, whoever this is, I would do the same thing to you with my lock. I'm not gonna lie to you because, bro, why are he stopping? He should have enough speed. Why is he stopping? Like, this move, I know dribbling enough. Like, I play the game dribble guys. I know it enough to know this move right here is in place movement. Like, you don't do this to no pair lock. You don't do the little behind it. Boom, 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 boom. They're used to 23. I'm telling you, trying to rock somebody left and right to the point to where they slide off. Like, no. Look, like, you don't do that. Come on. So, we are back here. Mike, what about the steals? Even with gold Unpluckable, I'm getting ripped 7 to 8 times. The way I see players play, they're trying to stop and dribble in somebody's face rather than dribbling towards a direction and then using the right stick to do moves once you see he's out of place. You got to understand, if you're dribbling straight like this, the lock is then going to try to just cut you off and then try to reach. Your goal is to try to fake him into reaching. That's the cat and mouse game you got to play with a lockdown. It's going to be a fight. That's why you're going to need screens like the older 2Ks. We did it in 17. Locks was OD in 17. Come on, like people are forgetting, but I'm telling you, it's going to get to. My next video is going to explain. I can't give it right here now in this gen, but my next video is going to explain. Low-key, a huge W, fix latency, game's great. Thanks, give us free time to learn the curve. Okay. So it's people that's mixed about this. Fix shooting, bro. I think shooting is easy. I got an 86 610. I feel like that's hard. Everybody's not going to be able to shoot good on a 610. The easiest builds that will be easy to shoot on is a 90 something plus guard, like a guard with 90 something. Like, I'm telling you, shooting is, when you a 75 79, it gets harder, because I got a 75 on my lock. It gets a little difficult, but I greened up and I'm like, nah, it's easy. It's like, trust me, they just changed it. I'm telling you, it's like we're in a new school. Think of it like you're in a new college dorm, that you miss your old dorm. You miss how certain things was. That could be with animations, how a game may feel, how this release may feel. Like, it goes that deep. I can't sit here and ramble on for days. Nobody ain't gonna sit here and watch me just ramble on about those details for days, but I could go on for days. Once you start learning that concept, okay, like I'm in a new school and stuff, just get your mind used to adapting to things, testing out new things that you may like, that you may not like. Any update on latency, Mike? A lot of things with latency too. I'm gonna drop this last gem in here. We gonna wrap this one up. A lot of things on latency. I'm seeing more latency than stills a lot. You guys have to make sure you're playing wired, okay? You have to make sure you're playing wired. I'm gonna do a more deeper detailed video and show you guys numbers and statistics and stuff, but make sure you're wired. Internet cable, like, see it, my modem is right here. I'm wired, I'm hardwired in, so that will reduce latency. If you're playing on wireless, you have always, it's a 50% chance, like, you know, I would say it's like a 85% chance of rain. It's probably higher. It's like a 75% chance you're gonna lag if you're playing wireless. I promise you. Unless you have Fios or you have some super gigabyte thing to where it's like a high connection, but still, if you have that, why not even play wired? You'll be even more crispy smooth. But there's chances always when you're playing wireless to lag. Other phones, other people in the house, other connections in the area. Remember, your whole area where you live at, your land space is important. Some people just live in bad areas with connection, so you could just be screwed off that. Like, that'd be hard route sometimes people have to learn, but nobody gets that deep in detail, learn about internet or nothing and connection in their area and stuff like that. Your ping, what's your ping in your area? You can literally type in, if you got a computer, type in. Matter of fact, let me show y'all this right now. I'll actually do this segment for the video. You know, this would be nice. All right, speed test. Type in this. Just type in speed test. You can go to this over, right? Speed test, and I'm gonna click go. Now, this is very important. You see, my ping is a 15. Your ping, the lower your ping is, the better your connection is gonna be. When you have a ping that starts to get like into the 20s, is not bad, but when you start to get into like the 30s and that's when your internet is in trouble. You should like search for these things and really look and be like, okay, you see my download. So my download speed, I got an 819. That's real good. Upload speed is really the most important when it comes to you lagging and lagging on the game, right? Now, upload speed, we had got a new internet. This is not bad. You at least want to upload speed that's over 20. That's not bad. When you get higher upload speeds too, you'll be better. But I'm good on this. I don't lag and I'll be fine on this. There's a little chop sometimes when I get on certain servers, but this is fine enough for me, right, to work with. The upload speed is consistent. It's fine enough for me to work with over 23. But when you have like a 6 upload speed, 11, 15, stuff like that, you're going to be a little laggy, a little choppy. It depends what servers you get on. It goes that deep in detail with this internet stuff. So Mike Wayne said it, y'all. No patches, no touches coming for months. I'm going to let you guys know what this means in my next video. How to defend yourself against lockdowns more if you want to choose that route, that path. It's certain paths this year. I'm starting to see it. They're getting deep onto it. They're getting to that point of like holding a you know, holding their nuts. Let's put it like that. All right, hit that like, subscribe. Make sure y'all tap in for my next video. I'll see y'all in the next one.